There's a very popular concept and trend going around on TikTok and YouTube about being that girl, which is a girl who's basically the epitome of productivity, well-being, self-care, all while looking perfect and aesthetic all the time. And yeah, that can be a great motivation to get your own life together. I'd be lying if I said that watching those videos didn't make me want to get up at sunrise, put on a cute outfit, and go jump onto my non-existent Peloton. But the reality is, we can't expect ourselves to wake up each day feeling and wanting the same thing and operating at that same level of energy. There are many days I'll wake up well rested, do some yoga, and crack open a perfect avocado. But there are also many days when I wake up groggy and the first thing I do is make coffee and get back into bed and scroll through my phone. And those days feel just as good because it's just what my body needs in the moment. There's a fine line between doing things because that's what that girl would do and doing things simply because it makes you feel good. Of course, it's important to develop healthy habits and sustain them over time, but I want to go to that sunrise yoga class because it just feels so amazing to do it rather than for telling people that I got myself up and out of the house at 6 in the morning.
It used to be so easy for me to get trapped into doing things because it's what everyone around me was doing. So I thought I should be doing that too. For example, recently, becoming vegetarian has become a trend in many parts of the world for its health benefits. However, even though I'm not vegetarian, I've always enjoyed vegetarian options over meat options. In this case, my vegetarian-centric diet comes from a place of preference that has existed in me forever. On the flip side, green juices have become a trend in recent years, and it definitely has its health benefits, don't get me wrong, but I can't stand the taste of green juice. So that is something I will definitely not adopt.
Now, I love me some junk food and takeout at times, but I know I need to be balancing my satisfaction with nutrition. So to be healthy and also give my body the yummy food that it wants, I figured out a system that works for me to get my nutrients in while also giving me the flexibility to just eat based on my mood. For a while now, I've been making lunchtime smoothies where I literally just throw in every single vegetable and fruit I can fit into my little blender. This gives me the option to eat something delicious for dinner rather than having to make a perfectly balanced meal every single time.
Health is a very important aspect of my life, and I feel like there is so much information thrown at us around health that it can be really overwhelming. My mantra for leading a healthy lifestyle is honestly just listening to my body. Some days my body is not up for an intense workout. Actually, that's most days. So those days I take it a little easy. When it comes to food, I try to be healthy and cook at home. But again, some days I get so busy with work that I have to order takeout. And I don't beat myself over that because it's okay. Like, my schedule does not allow me to always cook healthy food, so I'd rather be eating something rather than nothing. I know if I try to strive for perfection, that will be so unhealthy for me from a mental health standpoint. Balance really is the key in everything I do, and that could be maybe because I'm a Libra.
If you know me personally, you know that I love coffee. My espresso machine is my baby and I do use it a lot, but I'm not one to drink more than like 1 cup of coffee a day. In fact, sometimes my body tells me to not drink coffee at all and drink tea or matcha instead. Most people can't cut out coffee completely and switch over to like 5 cups of green tea instead, which is why I allow myself these little pleasures in moderation, knowing that that's what works for me realistically. One of the main selling points of that girl is how aesthetic, clean, and put together she is. Her house is always perfectly clean, gets the perfect amount of sunlight for taking pictures, and has all white furniture. She chops up her vegetables neatly, buys fresh flowers every week, and lounges around in her fluffy white bathrobe. I don't know about you guys, but my apartment looks very normal. It's cute and clean, but unfortunately doesn't come with a sepia filter on it in real life. And the truth is, no matter how great their pictures and videos look, I'm sure in real life they too have to deal with faded light bulbs and the occasional crumbs on the couch. I in particular feel this a lot when I'm filming, and I get so annoyed that the lighting doesn't look aesthetic or the wires hanging from the back of my TV are in my shot. But I've really been trying to get better at showing the world how real my life is rather than how picture perfect it is.
Now, making things look aesthetic on social media is something a lot of us do, me included. And again, it's something I like doing every once in a while, and there's nothing wrong with it. But for example, if I start thinking about my Instagram aesthetic, I know that will put this absurd type of pressure on me, which will stop me from really enjoying my time in real life. So my life overall may not look like a Pinterest board, but that's okay, and I'm happy with my unaesthetic life. It has its beautiful moments. The sunrise and sunset I see on an almost daily basis quite literally takes my breath away every single time.
If you're anything like us, you don't dress super cute every single day of the week. Usually, workout clothes for me literally consist of leggings and a random tank top or t-shirt. As much as I love those cute athleisure outfits, and I do own a couple, I honestly don't wear them as much as just some random clothes. Yeah, in an ideal world, my entire closet would be full of pastels and I wouldn't be caught dead in an ugly old sweatshirt from high school. But realistically, I have just as many comfy, practical clothes in my closet as trendy, fashionable ones.
Usually half of my workout and home shirts are those free giveaways from college. They're really comfy and I don't particularly care about home clothing. Now, when I step out, I usually care about what I'm wearing, and that's honestly because I care, not what others think. I've heard some people say that, oh, if you're dressing super cute, it's probably because you're dressing for someone. But when I step out, I'm usually hanging out with myself more than half the time, and I'm still trying to look cute, so it's honestly just for me. I like putting together a cute outfit because it makes me feel good. Now, if I'm going to my local convenience store that's 2 steps away, I will wear the most outrageous mismatched outfit sometimes. But oh well, I'm in a mask half the time anyway, so it's not like anyone can recognize me. I'm also not too much into makeup, but some days I'm really in the mood to put on some makeup and look cute. So when I feel that way, I put on some makeup.
As for my makeup, do I love having perfectly flawless skin? Yeah, of course. Do I love doing my makeup for fun and confidence? Absolutely. But I also want to be confident in my own skin to the point where I don't need to cover up my flaws. If I'm working at home, some days I will put on makeup just to feel a little put together and professional. But most days, I know that my skin is better off just being able to breathe on its own.
Taking care of your mental health can look so different for people. I feel like social media at times does such a bad job at showing what mental health looks like. Again, to me, it almost feels like mental health is an aesthetic. Mental health feels so trivialized to things like sheet masks or burning candles or bubble baths. And yes, many times that is what I need, but that is not the end all to mental health. Sometimes it can be a messy journal entry because my thoughts are scattered and I don't know how to put it in words.
Don't get me wrong, I love my scented candles, essential oils, and hot teas, and they make me feel so good and relaxed when I take the time to care for myself this way. But when I'm going through a tough time, feeling lonely or burnt out, sometimes I just need to put on some sad music and ugly cry it all out. It definitely is not aesthetic, but I consider it self-care for my emotions and mental state. Other people's ideas of self-love and taking care of themselves may not work for everyone. And usually people on social media just show you what they want you to see. It's all maybe only 5% of their actual lives.
Being that girl that we see on social media, to me feels like I need more than 24 hours in a day to have that kind of life. After working for more than 8 hours a day, I feel so exhausted that even if I get one activity done after that, it's a huge accomplishment for me. Sometimes that one activity is literally just cooking dinner for myself. It's okay to not get everything done possible in one day. I like to give myself one thing each day that gives me the feeling of accomplishment. For some people, that may be 3, 5, or how many ever things. For others, it might just be getting out of bed. I feel like we're all built differently, that we should not use other people as a standard for what we should be doing during our day.
There's a lot of people out there who have to work 2 or more jobs, have families to take care of, or just have so much going on in their lives that they can't even think to live up to that girl standard. Because if you think about it, overburdening yourself to have it all and accomplish everything that someone with more free time than you is accomplishing isn't really self-care at all. In fact, it will probably end up burning you out even more. If you have 1 hour of free time a day or 6, make sure that you're finding a routine that's practical for your schedule, not someone else's.
As with schedules, everyone's financial situation also varies. That girl drinks a cold-pressed green juice every day, only shops organic, and only buys workout gear from Lululemon. Now, I personally love doing all these things, but not everything is feasible all the time, even for financially secure people. For example, sometimes when I'm grocery shopping, if I can't tell the difference between something organic and something that's store brand, I will definitely opt for the store brand option. Not gonna lie, the inflation rate is really high these days, so gotta make cuts in some places.
We've also noticed in those That Girl videos that they always have so much space and peace and quiet to do yoga stretches or run a loud blender for their morning smoothie. But the reality is, many people live with family members or roommates and are limited to just their bedroom as space for themselves, if even that. My first 2 years of college, I lived in a super tiny dorm room with another person, and I definitely did not have the space to roll out a yoga mat or even a kitchen to make healthy meals. Most mornings, I literally had to do my makeup in the dark because I didn't want to open up my blinds and wake up my sleeping roommate.
It's great to strive to always give your best, but your best may not look the same every single day. Some days giving your best can mean giving your 110%, and other days it can mean giving maybe only 40%. And you know what? That's okay. Being that girl can mean something different for each person. And sometimes it can even mean something different each day for the same person. It doesn't need to be defined with concrete parameters.
It's really important to remember that people online show you what they want you to see. It's just an illusion. Watching those That Girl videos and trying to copy it exactly to meet someone else's definition of success and productivity is just looking at life through rose-colored glasses. If you really want to be your best self and incorporate healthy habits into your life, stop trying to follow other people's routines and standards and take the time to figure out what it means for you. Set apart a day or even a few hours to just reflect about the things you can do that fits your schedule and lifestyle and will help you feel amazing about yourself.